Hey guys, it's Britt. Tonight I wanted to jump on and talk to you for a few minutes about Gabbie Hanna, the entire situation surrounding her. Some of you might be super familiar, some of you maybe not, but if you're interested in hearing my thoughts, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so some of you wanted my opinion about the Gabbie Hanna situation, and instead of covering this from like a drama perspective, I want to focus on the big picture and really open up the conversation as far as Gabbie Hanna not being able to take criticism, because this is the message that I've taken away from a lot of the situations that I've seen Gabbie, involved in. Is it sort of feels like anytime someone has criticism, and I'm not talking about the bullying and the actual hate that she gets directed, or sent her way. I'm talking about legitimate criticism. So if you don't know who Gabby is, she is a very large YouTuber. She was part of the Vlog Squad. She has been on YouTube for a very long time. She was on Vine back in the day. I've never been entertained by her content, but that's just because it's not my preference. I don't find entertainment value in her content, so I'm not a subscriber. That's no shade towards her. It's just my personal preference. She has 5.72 million subscribers as of filming this video. Today is April 25th. So on top of having a very large platform on YouTube and on social media, Gabby has also been publishing books. Let's go back in time 5 months. She decided to send her book to someone who reviews media on their channel. Her name is Rachel Oates. She has 213,000 subscribers as of filming this video. Remember the size of these two platforms as we continue through this video. When you send your product to someone who reviews said product, whether it's, I'm a makeup company and I'm sending a lipstick to someone to review, or Gabbie Hanna, author of a book, decides to send it to a media reviewer to review, that doesn't necessarily mean that the review is going to be positive. And anyone who would expect a positive review just because they're sending you something doesn't really, the morals don't line up for me. Like, I don't understand where a free product would equate to not giving an honest review. And I know that there are a lot of companies out there that do this and expect, love and light and everything just because the product was sent for free. But I think that also gets into what are the morals of the influencer? What are the morals of the company? That's a whole different conversation. So 5 months ago, she sends her book to Rachel to review, and Rachel gives a very honest review of it. She doesn't care for the book, and that's all good and well. It's not that serious. Let's just stop right here. If I was in this situation and I was Gabbie Hanna and I sent my book to someone to review and they say they don't like it, I would keep on moving. That would be water under the bridge for me. That would be end of story. You don't like it? Fine. Moving on. It's not worth my time or my energy. The other thing that I want to say about this review that Rachel did on her channel is that I want to make it very clear, because there is a narrative being created by Gabby that this review was negative in a way where it was making personal attacks and bullying and just being, really cruel. That's not the case at all. So you guys know how I feel about criticism. The criticism that you provide to someone, whether it's someone that has over 5 million subscribers or someone that has 5, there should not be personal attacks made. There should not be comments about someone's appearance or their marriage or their relationship. Stuff that is offline and off limits should not be brought to providing criticism. That is all fair. Rachel didn't do that. So 5 months goes by, and all of a sudden, which this is kind of the question that nobody can seem to find an answer to, Gabbie Hanna decides to come to her platform and bring all of this back up and go on an absolute Twitter, tweeting spree, Instagram story spree, all of the things, having an absolute meltdown over the fact that Rachel did this review of her book. So this is old news at this point. 5 months later, Gabby decides to bring it back up. I've always sort of had my own conspiracy about Gabby sort of drumming up drama in order to keep people talking about her, keep her name in the algorithm. That is just my theory, but I also believe that she's at a point where it's sort of like, I don't really want to say it's sort of like Jeffree Star, because it's really not. I can't really compare it to anyone else that I can think of off the top of my head, but Gabby is at the point where a lot of her audience has had enough of this, her always being, the victim mentality and all of this kind of stuff. People are getting very tired and they are leaving her channel. So it's almost to the point where she has to have something going on in order for people to engage and want to see what she has to say. The other thing I want to say is that over the last 5 months, while, all of this was silent, this is not something where Gabby decided to bring it back up because Rachel continued talking about it and continued, going and going and going. There was nothing on either side for 5 months. Rachel was being quiet and there was nothing being said about all of this, which is also what makes the timing so bizarre to so many people. Why bring it back up? Now, a few days ago, when Gabby decided to, mention all this and start doing all the tweets and the Instagram stories, it's not a secret that there's power in numbers. On YouTube, on Instagram, whatever it is. The fact that Gabby has over 5 million subscribers and this girl Rachel has just over 200,000. Once Gabby shed light on this situation, Gabby's subscribers, because there are so many of them, they were able to get Rachel's Instagram temporarily shut down.
So thankfully I have my account back, but only after kicking up a fuss on YouTube and sending tons of emails and a whole thing. It's been an absolute nightmare. My account was false flagged by fans of a much bigger account. And the fact that huge creators like that can target, in comparison, small people like me and just send their fans after me, and Instagram won't do anything about it. They'll just let my account be flagged. They'll let my account be deactivated. That's absolutely not okay, and that is a problem.
That is crazy, you guys. I cannot even fathom what it would feel like to have, I have almost 10,000 subscribers. So someone with like almost 1 million subscribers, coming for me, or even if it was like 500,000 subscribers, me offering criticism and that person going to their Instagram page and getting mine shut down by reporting my page for no good reason. And Instagram not doing anything to step in and say, what's going on here, before actually temporarily shutting it down. Now, again, I don't want to get into all of the nitty-gritty details because I want to focus on this as more of a big picture sort of thing. When Gabby sort of started to do all of this stuff on Instagram, anytime she acts this way, she always wants to come and say, oh, well, you guys are gaslighting me. You're the ones making me out to be a crazy person. You guys, it's a lot of deflection and finger pointing. The way that I look at Gabby is sort of, and I hate to make this comparison, but it's sort of the way I look at Jeffree Star, where this is the most bothered, unbothered person on YouTube. And I know Peter Mon has always said that about Jeffree Star, but I think it really applies to Gabby as well, because when you have that size platform, you are going to have people that don't like your book, they don't like your music, they don't like your videos, they don't like your Instagram pictures. that just comes with the territory. I have a very, very, very small fraction of an audience compared to Gabbie Hanna. And I have people who don't like anything that I have to say. They don't like anything that I post. They don't like any of my Instagram stuff, like, because they just have their mind made up that I'm, whatever in their mind. Instead of actually getting to know me and all of this stuff, you listen to what other people have to say and you allow that to drown out being able to make a logical decision on whether or not you like someone. So I can only imagine the amount of people who don't like her and don't like anything that she does. But is it worth constantly coming to your platform and calling out smaller creators, going on these Twitter rants, telling your audience that they're gaslighting you? She completely overuses the word gaslighting all of the time. Something that she's really echoed is that she is trying to call this girl Rachel a bully. And I completely disagree with someone being labeled a bully when they're not being a bully. You can have opinions and you can offer critiques and opinions all day long. That does not equate to being a bully at all. Being a bully is attacking someone for personal appearance, backing someone into a corner and hitting them below the belt, being absolutely relentless with the consistent negative, snide remarks about someone. Those are bullying types of behavior. Giving a poor book review or book reviews is not bullying, in my opinion. My opinion about this whole situation is that Gabby is someone who will never be able to take any amount of criticism. She will consistently say that she's being bullied, and she will consistently be the one that is being made fun of, even though, in my opinion, giving a negative review or even a criticism video, a commentary video on her, there's nothing wrong with that. You find a sizable audience on YouTube and you are going to have people who want to give you criticism. And I've said it so many times before. There comes a time where, as a YouTuber, you have to realize how to, make the distinction between valid criticism and invalid criticism. And if it's invalid criticism and you have made your mind up about it, it's usually not even worth addressing. I have made that mistake in the past of, giving a bully a platform and responding to them, and that is a huge mistake on my part. I won't do that again. It is just not worth giving the bully the attention that they want. So if they are actually bullying you and if the criticism is invalid, just keep moving. It's not even worth saying their name, giving them a spotlight, sending people to their channel to engage. None of it is worth it. So like I said, you guys, I really don't want to get into all of the nitty-gritty little back and forth and all of the, other people that are involved in this. But I hope that Gabby is surrounded by people that love her and that she loves. And I hope that she is, I hope that she's able to get these emotions out in a safe place instead of, going on all of these Twitter sprees and yelling at her phone. Because all that she's doing at this point is giving the critics more content, more stuff to react to, and it's, in my opinion, it would just be much better for her and her own mental health to discuss these issues with someone who is qualified to direct her in what to do and how to deal with these emotions, while also being surrounded by friends and family that really love her. I wish she would put her phone down. Bless you. If there's one person that could benefit from having their phone locked away for like a full week at least, it would be Gabbie Hanna. But I really think that this is something that YouTubers, as your audience grows and as your platform grows, you really have to realize that, you know, there are going to be critics out there, and not everyone that is criticizing you is a bully, and not everyone who is raising concerns is a troll. That's why these topics are very interesting to me, and that's why I discuss them on my channel quite frequently, because I've seen so many different YouTubers just categorize everyone with an opinion as a troll. Everyone's, you know, anyone who is not praising my every move is a bully, and that is not fair to the audience who actually cares about you and your content. And I believe that is why some of Gabbie's audience is vacating the building, because they've just had enough. So anyway, that's kind of my overall thoughts on this. If you guys are interested, I can do a part 2 where I kind of go into, you know, some of the other key players in this situation. But I know a lot of my subscribers don't watch Gabbie, might not even know who she is, but as a general idea, I do think that the inability to take any amount of criticism is just jarring, and I find it to be somewhat interesting. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment, and if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.